They are absolutely inspirational, aren't they? Let's go through the names. We've got Jeanette Bernardi, is that correct? Helen Butters, Nikki
Doeg.
Yeah. Wow. And Francis Davis, there you go, we nearly got there. But all those names are going to be so famous soon, not just because your book was out yesterday, but you're going to be in a movie.
Hopefully, yes.
Hopefully. We're talking to a company called Archery Pictures at the moment, and everything is looking great, so it's a fingers crossed. We're really positive.
It's an extraordinary thing, isn't it? Because we followed your progress as you were doing this challenge, which I know is a remarkable challenge, 3,000 miles to row across the Atlantic in anyone's book, but with very little experience and not really being athletes of any sort. Jeanette, am I right in thinking you were kind of the driving force?
Well, it was actually Francis's idea. Yes. Yeah.
So how did it come from?
Well, I think I was getting to a certain age, and I just was thinking work felt a bit like a treadmill, and I wanted to put a bit of joy back in. And I'd met these amazing women a few years before, or collectively when we started to row together, and it just ticked every box, so I suggested it. It was a midlife crisis gone mad.
Well, it's a good way to kind of channel your midlife crisis, isn't it? Yeah. I just wonder how the conversation went when you went home to your husbands and partners and said, listen, darling, I'm so sorry, I'm not going to be able to do that. I've decided I need to spice things up and think, brilliant, perhaps a new handbag. You say, no, I'm going to row the Atlantic Ocean and leave you with the children. Did it go a bit like that?
Similar, different for all of us.
Yeah. Okay,
yeah.
so
my husband was positively encouraging me to go, actually. It was a bit worrying. Yeah.
What about yours, Helen?
I had to kind of work on it.
Right.
So it was a definite no, and then I just had to... I won't use the word manipulate.
Because wives would never do that.
And then I sold it to my children, and once I'd sold it to my children and they were excited, then there was no going back. So that's the strategy I used.
Very cunningly make it kind of feel like it was his idea to relate.
Always.
Always. I was looking through some of the interviews that you've done and some of the blogs that you've written, Nikki, and I love the fact that, I mean, you completed this extraordinary race. You got 3,000 miles, but your first race didn't go particularly well. Your first race as a crew, did it?
No.
And you got your fams down. Tell us what happened when you first got in the boat.
Well, we've had a couple of races where it was the same result, and racing on the River Ouse, so very exciting, and but it was, for us, it was a big race, and yeah, we got disqualified. We were a danger to ourselves and others on the river.
You kept crashing into people.
Yes, we did. And there was one where we kept crashing into the wall. And so we didn't finish the first few races, and we didn't get that much better, to be honest.
But the race that we did, the Atlantic race, we did have to train for 2.5 years.
That was
and
the
you've got to do your yacht master ocean. It's very, you know, you've got to jump through hoops in order to
get on there. And was that part of what was so great for you, the fact that you got yourself so fit? It gave you a reason and a goal.
It was just learning off the scale. So as Helen says, we did our Yachtmaster Ocean, which is a really difficult, exam.
Yes.
And we got fit and we learnt so many new skills.
If you wear clothes, they're going to get completely wet because the waves are hitting you all the time. The boat's very close to the water, so it's better not to wear clothes because your skin dries quicker.
Yes.
And my chaffy pants flew off quite early on.
Did they?
Yes. Just randomly?
They just
not everybody. She'd washed them and they were on a line and they flew off.
I'm looking forward to the idea of this Hollywood movie. Have you picked out who you want to play you yet in your dream scenario?
Have big arguments about this.
Come on then, who's going to be who?
Well, I normally say Helena Bonham Carter, but I think Miranda would be great. You'd love her on the boat.
Yes.
Yeah. I like Emily Blunt.
Emily Blunt would be fantastic.
Lovely.
What about you, Helen?
I don't know, we were talking like Dawn French.
She's fab too.
And Renée Zellweger.
Yeah. Quite right.
Aiming high.
Yeah.
Renée Zellweger plays you in Bridget Jones, doesn't she? So she's got form. There's a lovely story.
She takes on a challenge.
So there's a lovely story as well that I was reading in the same article where you first of all had to sort of get very comfortable with being naked around each other.
Yes.
Where you were staying, Francis, in a B&B, is that right?
In Skye.
Oh, we were in Skye, and Helen was in the bath, and we kind of needed to pop in. We had just one bathroom to share between us, so she just said, come on in, you've got to see me naked sometime. Come in, do your business, it's fine.
So you kind of had a coming out party all together in the B&B on the Isle of Skye. Yeah. And if the owner would come past, there's all four of you in the bathroom.
So it's all in the book. So we'll be doing some signings around. So, you know, if anybody wants to check out our Facebook page, it's all on there. So we'll be doing some signings in Waterstones and WH Smiths over the next few days.
I'm trying to think, it's like Calendar Girls meets the Titanic with a happy ending.
Yes,
isn't it? Yeah.
Very much so. Thank you so much for coming in. Best of luck with the book and with the movie as well. I mean, how thrilling is that going to be if it eventually comes around?
It will be amazing.
Really, really great to meet you. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.